46.2 thousand followers gone. That's what this video is all about. It is a start to the documentation of this process. As of recording this, I've been off Instagram, banned for 10 days now. The purpose of this video is mainly just a document. I can hopefully be laughing at this in maybe a couple days. Hopefully not a couple weeks, not a couple years. I promise to you that this is not just some 13-year-old girl's diary entry. There is going to be some value in this. I'll take you through what has happened up to this point, what I'm currently doing, my mental state, but also the practical, tactical sorts of things that I've started to implement in the last 10 days that when manifesting, I get back on Instagram, I'll be able to look at this as something that happened for me and not just something that I passively went through and came back with my tail between my legs. So what exactly happened? I was suspended twice. The first time that this happened was about a month ago. It was a couple days before Christmas. I went to open up Instagram and I was locked out. Your account has been disabled. Not much more other than that. Pretty ominous. You have 180 days to appeal. If not, your account will be permanently disabled. A lot going through my head at that point, but okay, yeah, absolutely, I'm going to appeal. You do some kind of video selfie, and you send that in, peruse all the Reddit threads to see what the fuck has happened. Turns out I'm not the only person who has gone through this process. Second day goes by, open up Instagram, I actually get an email, and your account is back. Sweet. Zero information outside of that. Why I was disabled, who knows? Why I'm back? I guess it was just an Instagram mistake. Sucks that they don't even give me an apology, but livelihood restored. 2 weeks go by, and I'm doing my normal Instagram thing again. Back at it. Unknowingly, I open up Instagram again. 2 weeks later, I get the exact same message. Heart starts racing again. Not this again. This is such a waste of time. I'm thinking now 48 hours. Definitely, I have to wait. I'm going to send in the appeal. I do the same video selfie, and I click, I wait. The exact same information, the exact bullshit reason why I was banned in the first place. That's all Instagram's information is giving me. I wait a day, and actually this time I get an email. So I open it. It looks similar to the last one. I start to read. The appeal that you sent has been denied. Your account has now been permanently disabled. That's different. Panic sets in. I feel like I've been in a car crash. I don't know what to do. I somehow feel guilty, even though I've done nothing wrong. All I desperately want is just some human contact. Somebody at Instagram Meta headquarters. Can I call you? Let's talk this out. I want to talk with a human being. This is clearly a mistake that one of your bots have made, but as it turns out, this is really important to me, this Instagram account, and you just disabled it permanently. That permanently is really scaring me right now. Is that 46,200 followers gone in an instant? I spent years trying to accumulate that. Logistically, a lot is going through my head right now. I've got eggs in other baskets. I've got YouTube, I've got TikTok, I've got my newsletter, I've got Substack, I've got a podcast. There's a lot of plates spinning in the air. Instagram, though, is the largest point of contact that I have. It is the largest distribution channel that I have of people that I can reach out to at any given time, and Instagram has taken that from me. My account being permanently disabled, it was 10 seconds of emotion and has since been entirely operational. How has this disrupted my life? 3 or 4 months ago, decided to go all in on content creation. I have made this my full-time career. I have pretty much put my past career that I have worked for the last about 15 years as a freelance filmmaker behind me, and I've gone full force into the personal content creation world. Instagram was the biggest bucket that I distributed all that content in. I had gotten suspended from Instagram a few days before I was about to post my first paid partnership with a brand. I'm still a little unsure of the contractual obligation. If somebody gets suspended from the largest distribution platform that they have, that's kind of why I was paid for this partnership. I made a pretty video, but they want my platform. They want my audience, so I can post that. I no longer have that either. Sucks at a vibes level that I'm kicked off of Instagram, but there's a tremendous amount of logistical spiderwebbing throughout my entire life that has been disrupted. Funny that there isn't really anything different about my life. I can still wake up, I can still shoot content, I can pretend like this isn't happening, just post to my other platforms. But the feedback loop that I had generated off of my posting cadence that started on Instagram. I post Wednesdays and I post Sundays. I shoot Mondays and I shoot Wednesdays. I'm able to get feedback from the audience, what's working, what's not. All that has been taken from me. And from a nervous system level, a boy who really likes his routine, his schedule, I don't have that anymore. It took a couple days for the fight or flight response to ease up. The can-do spirit, agentic man that I am, I wanted to do a lot. Should I just start a new Instagram account? What do I do? Who do I call? Scouring the forums. If you are not careful, you will be taken advantage of out there. There are plenty of sketchy ass lawyers who will take your money and get your account back for the low price of $1,900. There's a lot of that. A couple days into this, that looks pretty tempting, but just as a general policy in my life, if I'm making a choice in that sort of emotional distress, it is probably not an intelligent move. So I waited, let the nervous system cool off, and I reflected. I went deep into the dark hole. Try not to make a habit of spending too much time in my despair, but just as a thought experiment, I questioned what it would look like if the worst case scenario happened. If I took the language Instagram uses, permanently disabled, literally, what does that mean? Well, I am not permanently disabled. My heart still beats. I've got all these other platforms that I can distribute my content on. None of the so-called talent that I have has been taken from me. My biggest platform's been removed, though. That sucks. I like Instagram a lot, actually. Kept on going down that road towards despair. I'm kicked off of Instagram. I don't have Cinema Gravy, my old account. What's stopping me from just creating a new one? Sucks. Almost 50,000 followers. I was climbing. I was building up my following, my voice, but all that continues from scratch. Blank slate. Old people will find me. New people will find me. I think I could do this. So once I found that glimmer of light, if the worst scenario happened, I snapped back to reality and realized this isn't as catastrophic as it seems. The part I'm leaving out about this, that little brand partnership, that was courtesy of my management team. I have a brand manager that I've had for the last few months. Theoretically, they're supposed to be handling all this. There's only so much that they can do, though. So I gave them this responsibility. I figured, hey, I'm your client and I've been removed from one of the platforms that I'm a part of, through some pretty serious allegations too, so it would be in their best interest to solve this for me. Have they solved it for me yet? No. I'm hoping that they will help me, but it has given me some confidence that this is completely out of my hands. It's nice to have somebody else at the helm of this sort of responsibility. What emails do I send? What phone calls do I make? That's all done. So I'm back to me creating now, back again, without the Instagram. Oddly making peace with the absolute worst case scenario of my Instagram never coming back. What do I have? I've got my other platforms. I've got my Substack. I still have the ability to wake up early every day and write and shoot and build the brand, the empire, the community that I have so motivated ever since quitting the day job and doing this full time. I can keep on doing that. I have kept doing the work. The reps are being done in the background, invisibly, not being seen. I've banked a few videos just because it doesn't quite feel right to post those without having Instagram, but I will absolutely post them eventually if this Instagram thing doesn't come back. I have done a couple things, though, to develop a little bit more sovereignty. That's a big word on my mind lately. What is it like to create without a platform that you are attached to? How can you build a meaningful creative life that is not attached to a platform? I'm not really sure. We are social creatures. I don't create just for vibes. It's nice. I get a great sense of fulfillment making the videos, writing these essays, but I'm not just going to tear the sheet apart and throw it into the trash, move to trash the file once I've slaved over an edit for 30 hours. I want to send that to people. Hey, what did you think of this? I hope you get some value from it. Also tell me if you didn't like it so I can do better in the future, because I want to serve you and serve myself. I want to be a better creator. Art does not live in a bubble, and I think we all live in such a beautiful time where we get to do our thing as creators, entrepreneurs, business creators, value providers. Give that to the world. Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Substack, all of these different platforms have developed such a good system for us to take our thoughts and send them off to people who are given them on a better and better basis. Thank you, algorithm. However, it does seem like now the platform owns me and those thoughts, and I don't like that. In the last few days, I have made my own website. I've archived all of my past projects and started to post a lot of my own writing on my website. There's not an immediate value in that because nobody's going to see that. I think that's cool, though, because it's giving me some little busy work, keep my idle hands from too much play. But I think in the long term, it's not a terrible idea. I think it gives me a greater sense of sovereignty as a creator to have a place that is singularly mine, that Adam Mosseri and all those bots at Meta don't have their hands on. So whatever tomfoolery is about, I will always be alive. My thoughts will live on, regardless of the platform that I'm on. There's some other obvious ways that I have done this. You can too. The email list. It's so important. Wouldn't it be nice if you're going to kick me off of Instagram that I at least have access to all those people, those eyeballs that I have earned in the years of developing on your platform? I don't. I'd love to have their emails, though. That'd be really cool. I have 1,000 of their emails because they have signed up for my email newsletter, so I can at least reach out to those people. It's been funny. It's been heartening in a tragically, artistically poetic way that some of you have reached out to me. Where are you at, Cinema Gravy? I haven't seen you on Instagram. I'm delighted to know that in my death, I will be mourned by a couple people at least. I will come back, though. I am coming back with a vengeance. So thank you for reaching out to me. But man, I wish I could talk to the other 45,000 people and say, I miss you guys. Quite a sobering experience, and one that I intend to laugh at in the future, but one that I will also intend to look back at fondly because it built a greater base than what I had built up to this point. I do not want to be so much at the mercy of a singular platform, so the redundancy is important for us creators out there. Spread the wealth of your creation across all platforms. Definitely. Get the emails. Even if you're not a writer, create a newsletter, capture the emails, capture the attention that is not just on the platform of whatever social media app that you use, you have the most attention on. What happens if that goes away? I can tell you this, though. No single app gets to tell you or me what is worth creating and what has value. This video, I don't want to come off as me just bitching. I am a resilient guy. I'm stubborn. It takes more than this to knock me off the horse. I got knocked off. I'm back up, dust myself off. I feel stronger than ever. I'm waking up and still creating. I will be back on Instagram, whether I have to start from scratch under a new name, a new alias, and get back to the 46.2 thousand followers and continue to grow after that. I hope the old people still find me, but this is a hurdle that I want to document. I don't know how this resolves, but I know how I proceed. I keep on creating. I build sovereignty through other platforms, through the newsletter and my Substack, but through the mindset that I am not owned by a singular platform. And although I am so thankful for the momentum that I got from the growth I built on Instagram, first and foremost, out of all of these social media apps, it was the handrail that guided me into this trajectory of professional content creation. I can't do that anymore. And since you are here, you are already in the next phase.